All right, join me on page 415, the Go Math textbook. We're looking at finding the areas of composite figures. Composite figure is made up of two or more simpler figures, such as triangles and quadrilaterals. So really, essentially what we're doing today is finding the area of a few different shapes and then adding them all together. Okay, so let's take a look. The new entryway to the funhouse at Happy World Amusement Park is made from shapes shown in the diagram. Here's the diagram. It will be painted bright green. Juanita needs to know the area of the entryway to determine how much paint to buy. What is the area of the entryway? Okay, find the area of the entryway. Find the area of the rectangles. So we're going to focus on the rectangles. And we have a rectangle here and a rectangle here. And notice both rectangles are the same, are congruent. They're the same size, same shape. So our formula for the area of a rectangle, area equals length times width. Okay, so our length is 10. That's this distance here from here to here is 10 feet. So that's where this 10 came from. And then the width from here to here is 4 feet. So we put in 4 for the width. And 10 times 4 is 40. So that was the area of this rectangle. And since we have another rectangle that's congruent, the exact same size and shape as this rectangle, we multiply our answer 40 by 2 because there's 2 of these rectangles. So 2 times 40, and that gives us 80 feet squared. So now we've found the area of both of these rectangles, which was 80 feet squared. Okay, but we need to find the area of all of this. So we're going to leave that 80 aside for now. And now we're going to find the area of the two triangles that we have here. Okay, so now we switch our formula to area equals 1/2 times base times height. So we have 1/2 times our base is 4 feet. That's the distance from here to here. That's where this 4 came from. And our height is 4 feet. That's showing that here. It's saying, hey, all the way from here to here is 4 feet. So we put a 4 there as well. Okay. So half of 4 is 2, and then 2 times 4 is 8. So the area of one of these triangles is 8 feet squared. And since we have 2 of them, we have to multiply that 8 by 2 because we have 2 of those triangles. 2 times 8 is 16 feet squared. So now we found the area of both triangles and both rectangles. The area of both triangles was 16 feet. The area of the two rectangles was 80 feet. And so you can see all we have left here is this square now. Okay. Now, area for the square, they use A equals side squared because what one of the sides is, all of the sides are. But it's essentially the same thing as a rectangle, length times width. It just so happens that the length and the width will be the same number. That's why they just square it. And each side of this square is 4 feet. So it's 4 squared, which means 4 times itself, 4 times 4, which we know is 16 feet. So now we found the area of this square, and there's only one square, so now we can see we found the area for all the different figures. This is the area of the 2 rectangles. This is the area of the 2 triangles, and this is the area of the 1 square. So to find the area now of the whole thing, we just add these all up, add these areas that we found, add them up. So here's the 80 feet squared from the 2 rectangles. Next we have the 16 feet squared from the 2 triangles. And lastly, the other 16 feet squared from the one square. So we add those up, 80 plus 16, 96 plus another 16, 10, 11. So 112 feet squared. So you see, when you have a composite figure, you're really kind of doing multiple area problems and then just adding all your areas up. So in step 1, we were finding the area of a rectangle, and then since there was 2, we doubled it. In step 2, we were finding the area of a triangle, and since there were 2 triangles that were congruent, we doubled it. And lastly, step 3, we found the area of the square. And there was only one square, so once we found the area of that square, we were done with all the areas. And then we just added these 3 numbers up, 80 plus 16 plus the other 16 to get our total area for the whole figure. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.